props to him for going and selecting an opponent like this. As we see Alejandro Casteñeda making his way to the ring right now. All business is Casteñeda, acknowledging the fans here at the Salon Mezzanine. Not far from here, as he hails from Rosarito, Baja California, Tijuana. Excuse me, Rosarito, Baja California. As we await now, 5-0, Ricardo Valdovinos from San Diego, California.
And a quick side note, Marcos, looking at Alejandro Castañeda, he looks a lot better than he did when we saw him at the beginning of the year against Armando Tovar. He looked a little bit fluffy. Today he looks more focused.
Well, hold on, Doc. Hold on.
Shape.
Hold on. We haven't seen him without his shirt off.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
I believe you're right.
Hold on. Jump the gun there a little bit.
Let me go back and say, just
pump the brakes there, kid.
Just the focus of Alejandro Castañeda tonight.
That's right. He does look a lot more focused.
You know, ready for this fight.
As finally, Ricardo Valdovinos makes his way to the ring. A lot of fans here in attendance making their way over from San Diego, which is about half an hour from the Salon Mezzanine here in Tijuana, to show their support for Valdovinos. As you see there on his robe, the English translation of bendecido means blessed, as he's blessed so far to have a 5-0 record. Perfect at this point in his young career. Let's go ahead and take it up to Pablo Flores to make this fight official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the evening. Set for 6 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Este es el combate coestelar de esta noche, pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso superligero. Presented by Boristeca Boxing Promotions in association with BIB, the best in boxing. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces, Antonio Villegas, Max Zúñiga y Carlos Flores. And when the action begins, your 3rd man, el tercero en la superficie, Jesús Soto. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold and white. His official weight 140 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo color negro con dorado y blanco, con un peso de 140 libras. Representando Rosarito, Baja California, México. Alejandro, el coreano Castañeda. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the red corner, wearing red trunks with black and white. His official weight 140 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo de color rojo con negro y blanco, con un peso idéntico de 140 libras. Representing Sweet Science Boxing Gym, San Diego, California, USA. The Blessed Ricardo Valdovinos.
Señores, ya saben las reglas de la pelea, ¿ok? No golpes bajos, tengan cuidado con los golpes de la cabeza, los golpes de la nuca son prohibidos, igual que espalda y conejo. Choquen guantes. Suerte.
Here we go, co-main event of the evening. 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Ricardo Valdovinos, the red trucks with black trim, going up against Alejandro Casteñeda in the black trunks with gold trim. Big shot there being landed.
Yeah, Valdovinos came out aggressive, showing Castañeda he means business. But like I said earlier, Castañeda looks determined, and you made the point that he still had his shirt on, and Marcos, he looks a little less fluffy than he did his last outing. But I mean, that is not always the telling of the fight and what's going to happen.
Don't underestimate the power of the fluffiness.
Absolutely.
Fluffiness can be dangerous.
There you go.
Valdovinos throwing out that sharp jab just moments ago.
Yeah, not to mention that hard right hand.
No, he gets tagged right there by a 2-punch combination. Sorry about that, Chris.
You know when we fought him with Armando Tovar, he has a sneaky left hook. And right now he connected on Ricardo. So Ricardo has to keep that hand up, stay off of a jab, and just be careful with that left hook because he comes. And he ain't gonna go away.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a gritty fighter from what we saw last time. Strong, and he lands that left hook like you just mentioned, Carlos.
High work rate so far from Castañeda. Though he's eaten some big shots from Valdovinos so far.
You know what I like about Ricardo? You know, he's been in the gym sparring with Armando Tovar and some of the guys at the gym. He really likes to work inside, and he's really clean on the inside too. So let's watch that today and see if he can get it done today with that inside work.
Well, he's right here now on the inside. Let's see if he's able to throw any sort of punches as Castañeda landing with a hook right there. And an uppercut.
So far, good back and forth action. You can't really dictate a winner yet. They're both landing their shots. You know, makes for an exciting fight.
With Valdovinos being the naturally taller fighter, longer reach, he's going to want to maintain his distance and try to stop Castañeda from coming forward like that. So he lands a lunging jab there.
You know what? I think the fight's going to be made at the end of the fight, maybe the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th round. Right now, Ricardo likes the inside work, but it's going to go down. It's going to go down in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round to see who has the better condition. With Ricardo, did he have trouble making 140? And you talked about Castañeda. He looks good. Maybe he hadn't losing a lot. So with that inside work, it might go down to the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th round. See who has more gas in the tank at the end of the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. That's going to play dividends into who's going to win this type of fight, because in the first round, it was difficult to choose a winner the way they were fighting. It was back and forth action, and who knows who can carry that pace longer in the 4th and 5th and 6th round.
Exactly, because let's remember, guys, that Ricardo called out Castañeda. He wants to make a statement that, you know what, I'm coming, Castañeda's in my way, I'm coming, I'm going to knock this guy out, and I'm going to make a great wow factor statement tonight.
And props to Valdovinos for calling him
Exactly.
out and knowing the fact that Castañeda is a very tough customer.
And as soon as you say that, out comes Castañeda. High volume punching from him.
See, I told you, that left hook, he has to keep the hand high or he has to roll underneath. That left hook was a situation that we had to accomplish. We had to take over in that fight, but that left hook was giving us trouble.
Like you said, it's a very sneaky left hook. It doesn't come with too much speed, and I think the moderation in the speed tends to make you overlook it. You think it's not going to land, and it lands.
Oh,
and that was a blatant headbutt by Castañeda, missed by the ref.
Castañeda having success in this round on the inside, mixing up his attack, landing uppercuts and hooks. But a straight right hand, a hook by Valdovinos. But that doesn't keep Castañeda away. He keeps coming forward. And another hook by Valdovinos. Now that body work that you mentioned, Carlos, now coming into play by him.
yeah. Okay, but look, Ricardo, when he was at our gym, he loves that inside work. He just has to hold that pace because we're barely in the second round. He has to hold because that's going to be a fast pace. You're going to have Castañeda laying on you, throwing wide punches, and the output right now, and he's having some success, I told you.
These punches are landing flush on the jawline of Castañeda. And though it's early in the round, you got to imagine if we're coming into the 5th and 6th round, he's not going to be wanting to take those punches.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think what you said at the beginning, Carlos, was the fact that Valdovinos likes to fight on the inside, and you could see it, the way he's able to land his shots perfect on Castañeda's body, on his chin when he decides to throw up top. But I think what's going to pay the most dividend is the fact that he's going to the body.
Valdovinos throwing everything in his punches, almost taking a slip there from a missed hook. Both doing good work on the inside here. Castañeda having a lot of success with an uppercut that he sneaks in there when he is on the inside. There it is again, he lands it. A little tap there and an uppercut. So coming to the end of round number 2.
You know, in the first round and in the second round, Ricardo's having some success. Working inside, then he has a little half step to the right and he fully extends the right hand. If he can use that shot, I think he'll be effective and he'll get him later on in the round. But Ricardo's with that little side step. He used a little
To
side
see
step.
here, a headbutt right there from Castañeda. Blatant headbutt. Referee missed it. Should be warned for that as he lands an uppercut there and misses that straight.
And kudos to Valdovinos for not complaining about the vicious, blatant headbutt by Castañeda.
No, Ricardo's a soldier.
I was going to say that should have been a point deduction, and that could have been a point deduction.
It could have been a point deduction maybe if Valdovinos kind of would have complained a little bit to the ref, but he took it like a champ. This is a fight,
Exactly.
and that's what he's here for.
As we start round number 3 now, Castañeda. He's like Old Faithful, you know, he's just going to keep coming forward and throwing punches.
Right hand, told you.
Lands flush on his face too.
That's something that he was throwing in the first round, but now he's getting closer with it in the third round.
You know, the Castañeda's, even though there is a speed discrepancy between the two fighters, and you can see his punches coming, he somehow is able to land those punches.
One thing that is often said in boxing, might be more of a cliche, is the fact that timing beats speed. You know, if you look at Mayweather, he's not the fastest fighter, but he just has the most impeccable timing. He's able to time you, And that's what Castañeda is doing right now. And I'm not calling him Mayweather, but I am saying that he's got very good timing.
As Valdovinos forcing to fight Castañeda on the inside to just keep him off of him. It's a very grueling pace to a fight to have a guy like that, not only in front of your face, but just throwing a high volume of punches with many of them connecting, as Castañeda has been sneaking in that uppercut, and he does it again.
And we'll go back to what Carlos said earlier. This fight is going to be played out in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round. The way Castañeda is going right now, he seems to be having the worst end of this fight.
The corner of Castañeda imploring him to move his waist. He just smiled at them, telling him, yeah, I got it, don't worry.
And he shows him that he does. He comes back with a 3-punch combination.
I like the shots that Ricardo are throwing into the mouth of the stomach. He hit him twice there. He picked up Castañeda off of the ground a little bit, but I think the more effective shot is the mouth of the stomach shot, inside, instead of coming around behind the corner, behind the elbow. It's that inside little right uppercut, stab him right in the mouth of the stomach.
No, I know you mentioned that you've seen him work a lot in the gym, Carlos. I'm seeing him as the naturally taller and longer fighter. Why doesn't he just use his reach and jab and just move?
I think he needs to do that, but I think he's taking his emotions to do a statement, and that's where he feels comfortable. But that straight right hand, when you get some room, a straight right hand is working effectively. But he likes that inside stuff. What is it called? Mexican style?
Mexican style.
So you complete now 3 rounds. If you're in the corner of Castañeda, Carlos, what do you tell him? What does he need to do to win or pull out a win here?
We're going into the 4th round. Just keep the pressure, work the body, and don't give Ricardo any room. Just stay in his chest, because those are going to be, this is the fight now. This is the fight.
You see here, replay the
There's
action.
that right hand.
Yeah, there's that right hand that you were talking about. Work on the inside. A lot of which has been happening here in this fight.
See, that's the little shot. Ricardo needs those shots on the inside, because it's having Castañeda hop off the ground. But now the fight starts, guys. Now, who wants it more? Last 3 rounds. This is the fight.
From a fighter's perspective, I feel that Castañeda seemed a little bit more tired than Valdovinos, but that's just my eye and what I see as a fighter. The body language, the way he's posturing on the inside. Valdovinos seems more fresh to me.
And Castañeda just taking anything that'll come to him. Any punches that'll score, he's going to go ahead and take it. Valdovinos, though, doing good work on the inside, though. He got caught with the uppercut a few moments ago. Turns around Castañeda. Castañeda holding on to his arm.
That's exactly what Chris was saying. Now he's holding on to take that deep breath. And Junior looks like he's turning on. He got a second win now. He looks good from that outside. If he was a jab, take a step right back and throw the right hand.
Castañeda, his pace slowing down just a little bit. Not as quick, not as much volume as before.
Like you said earlier, though, Carlos, he likes to fight on the inside, and it's just difficult to do something that you don't like to do in the boxing ring. I mean, this guy likes to fight. He likes to please the crowd. He's winning the fight doing both either way, so why not doing what you love to do? Fight on the inside.
And maybe that was their game plan from the start. Maybe they didn't practice the outside stuff. They thought they could be more effective on the inside if he was on the outside, they thought maybe with those wide shots he can get clipped. So
and he almost got clipped right there with that punch. He needs to be careful
there. He has
there.
to move his head on the inside. There we go, rocking it back and forth to one side or the other. He can't stay in the middle. Right hand.
Castañeda keeping that hand dangerously low. And if he keeps doing that, he's going to get countered.
All right, real quick, guys. Props to the chin of Castañeda, because that was a brutal left hook landed by Valdovinos. Did not move.
Yeah, and he ate an uppercut just right there.
I think where this would pay off for Valdovinos is going to the body. This guy could take a great shot to the chin. There he goes again.
Castañeda looking more and more fatigued now. We're coming to the last 30 seconds of round number 4. Valdovinos scoring. But Castañeda, though, doing his fair share of work in there as well. There's that work to the body right there. And an uppercut. Step back, rocks the uppercut.
I think he might have heard a little bit of instruction from Mr. Carlos Barragán.
2 punches right there, flush on the chin of Castañeda. And it has no effect on him. What a chin on this kid.
Now take notice, guys. Ricardo is standing up. He's standing up. There's 2 more rounds.
He hasn't taken a seat.
As we go to the replay here, exchange of punches between both fighters. Valdovinos against the ropes though, but digging into the body. And though Castañeda has landed punches, Valdovinos, at this point, there's just that much more on his shots. They're sharper, they're more powerful than Castañeda's. Castañeda's right now breathing very hard. It's taking a toll on him.
Yeah, you know, Chris pointed out his body language looks more fatigued. And in the corner, he was bent over. You know, he looked like he was gassed. So, you know, Ricardo still looks fresh. He's coming. So we'll see. These are the last 2 rounds, guys.
Round number 5, and a scheduled 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Ricardo Valdovinos putting his undefeated record on the line, 5-0 against Alejandro Castañeda, who's 3-1, who's eaten the best shots that Valdovinos has thrown at him and has continued to not only stay in the fight, but come forward.
I like that distance for Ricardo right now where he's at. If he can counter Castañeda's jab over the top.
Yeah, I was wondering that why didn't he do that from the very beginning? Seeing that he's a lot taller and has a lot longer reach, it certainly would have made for a lot safer game plan for him. But like you mentioned, maybe the plan was. And down goes Castañeda!
And where did that come from? The distance that he was at there.
You're right, Carlos. It's the distance he was able to create and just fooled him. I think he faked the jab and came over with the left hook.
Now let's see if Valdovinos can close the show. If he can put on the pressure and put out Alejandro Castañeda.
If he can change speeds, if he can throw the jab, half step back, throw the right hand right when he walks in.
Though it seems he took his foot off the gas a little bit. Surprised he's not pressuring, trying to take out Castañeda.
I think it was more of a flash knockdown. You could tell that Castañeda's legs are there, you know, and Valdovinos senses it. You know, he has the round 1 already, so it's okay. Play it safe. Try to land that same shot again from the outside, just like he did the first time.
Valdovinos now boxing now, using his reach. Not fighting the same fight that he was in the last few rounds. As he lands another counter hook, Castañeda has to be extremely careful now. He's already been down because of that. He does not want to go down again. His corner imploring him to throw an overhand right. Though Valdovinos doing a good job throwing his jab out there, pushing Castañeda back.
And with a good stiff jab.
And another one.
There's that jab again. Excellent.
So we come down to the final 10 seconds of round number 5. Valdovinos seemingly in control of the fight now, scoring a knockdown earlier in this round. And ahead on the scorecards because of it. There has to be urgency now in the corner of Castañeda. Chris, you're down. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a replay of the knockdown here, Chris. Tell us what happened here.
Well, like Carlos was saying earlier, he was setting them up from a distance. And right here with the jab, and then boom, with the left hook. Setting it up with the jab. So when Carlos comes out, when Ricardo comes out in this round, he needs to remember how he got that knockdown. Setting it up behind the jab.
Yeah, I'm impressed, first off, by the chin of Castañeda. That was a flush shot. Flush counter shot.
And he bounced right back.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was too affected by it.
Has his legs under him. It just goes to show the conditioning and the effort that he's put towards this fight.
Here we go, the final round in a very entertaining fight between Ricardo Valdovinos and Alejandro Castañeda. Let's see if Valdovinos can close the show. Knock down Castañeda in the 5th round, but Castañeda, there's still life in him.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that I know that Valdovinos knows, that Castañeda is a game fighter. He trained hard for this fight, because he knew Castañeda was going to be there all night, just the way he is.
Valdovinos now, though, seems that he's like boxing him now, as opposed to just working on the inside like he was in the earlier rounds.
I think he remembers what he did in that 5th round, keeping that distance. He landed a couple jabs already, a couple uppercuts on the inside. See what he does right now? There he goes, right to the end, outside game.
Good body shot by Castañeda just right now.
Seems as Castañeda got a little burst of energy.
Oh, flurry of punches there by Castañeda. And a headbutt again. That's the 2nd time that's happened in the fight. The referee's going to give him a 2nd warning. Though he didn't catch the first headbutt. Castañeda seemingly frustrated now, knowing that the fight's slipping away from him.
Yeah, if the ref would have caught the first headbutt, this headbutt here would have definitely been a point. Put Castañeda even more far behind in the scorecards.
Castañeda, though, still a live dog in this. He's still landing punches, though.
Absolutely, Marcos. That was never in question from the beginning. And he showed it even more after getting up off the canvas and just fighting the way he's fighting.
I was going to say, though he is outgunned at this point as well, it's seemingly obvious that Valdovinos is the technically better fighter. Has landed the cleaner punches. And there goes, lands a hook. Once more, Castañeda's been getting caught by that punch the whole night, Carlos.
Because Castañeda, he lacks defense, but what he is, he's gritty. He comes forward. He makes you work all the part of the round. And just like that, if you don't have your hands up, he's going to clip you.
That was a monster hook that just landed a few moments ago. Valdovinos showing that he has a chin as well, and blood's coming out of the lip now.
Probably came from the headbutt. Ricardo needs to get some space in between them. Now work off a jab, straight right hand, and then shoot the left hook again.
And there's that right uppercut to the pit of the stomach like you were asking for earlier, Carlos.
Oh, there we go. That hook once again lands for Valdovinos, but Castañeda.
But Castañeda's using that head. It's dangerous in there, see? But Ricardo puts to the elbow, gets some space.
And though he's been down in the round, Castañeda does have a solid chin. Ate that shot flush. Able to stand his ground, not get knocked down. As I think we went over the time in this round. Truck telling us that.
Now come back with the left.
I'm sure that the audience doesn't mind. This has been probably the best fight of the night so far.
Double hook there by Valdovinos bothered Castañeda. The corner now imploring to the ref that it's been 4 minutes. This is a first. I guess we're fighting under MMA rules right now, right? 5 minute round almost. And we finally
get
the signal for the 10-second warning of this final round.
Well, the ref should stop the round because the tape is...
And another hook lands there. And you're right, the referee should have indicated to the officials, to the commission.
He needed to take control of that round.
We come now to the close of our co-main event. Ricardo Valdovinos putting on a strong showing here tonight at the Salon Mezzanine, knocking down Alejandro Castañeda, but Castañeda getting frustrated, headbutting Valdovinos twice, one of which was caught by the referee. Just get frustrated, but you are a professional. You should be able to maintain your cool and not act out in that way.
Yes, it's easy to say, you know, control your emotions, Marcos, but at the end of the day, it's a fight. So when you're in there, I don't want to say anything goes because there are rules, but sometimes your emotions win over your actions.
And you could go Mike Tyson, you could go Victor Ortiz, all the big names, you know, the emotions have taken over. And at the end of the day, like Chris said, I'll piggyback off of that. It is the fight game. So you have to protect yourselves, and you have to protect yourself at all times, and sometimes get dog mean, like we call it in the gym.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw the anger and displeasure in Valdovinos when Castañeda headbutted him for the second time. I think the first one he shrugged it off, but the second time he wasn't having it. But nonetheless, to me, this fight of the night so far.
Exactly.
You know,
As we now await the judge's decision, though scoring the knockdown, we could assume that Valdovinos will be announced the winner. Solid performance by both fighters, though. And we'll see if Valdovinos keeps his own. Let's go ahead and take it up to our ring announcer, Pablo Flores, for the decision.
Damas y caballeros, después de 6 rounds de combate, nos vamos con las tarjetas de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge, el juez Carlos Flores scores it 58-54. Max Zúñiga has it 59-54, 59-54. Antonio Villegas scores about 58-55, 58-55. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime, and still undefeated from San Diego, California, the blessed Ricardo Valdovinos.
We are here with your winner, still undefeated, now 6-0. Ricardo, a good performance here. You in there. How happy are you with the way you boxed?
First and foremost, let me give thanks to God, because without him, nothing is possible. And everybody that came out tonight, the support, and especially Team Bless. Team Bless, where y'all at?
The fight ended up being a little bit rough. He did headbutt you on 2 occasions. What'd you make about that, and how were you able to keep your cool in there?
Oh, we knew what we were coming to. We had this fight. We didn't end this fight. We knew he was tough. We knew he was kind of awkward. But I guess that's a sport, you know? You can't complain. You got to keep going.
You were able to knock him down in the 5th round. Explain to me, what did you see in there that set up that knockdown? And did you think you could put him away?
Oh, I closed my eyes when I threw that shot. Nah, I was playing. I turned on the angle, and I hit him with the left hook right to the chin. And that caught the case right there. I knew he was tough. I didn't know if he could get up or not, but he did, though.
Well, Ricardo, now you move on to 6-0, bigger and better things. Congratulations and a great performance here tonight.